If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong. And that simple statement is the key to science. It doesn't make a difference how beautiful your guess is. It doesn't make a difference how smart you are who made the guess or what his name is. If it disagrees with experiment, it's wrong.
Yeah, look, they said that I couldn't do it, so I went and did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a what? Mission. Go. Okay, let's get it. Got a little time on my hands like a wristwatch. I don't got time for the brakes and the pit stop. Race through the gridlock, take it like Chris Rock. Right to the chin, still win. Heavy metals like Slipknot. Got the driving, I got tunnel vision. I just hit my stride the way I run the business. I've been making paper like see the end game, I got one division. Look, I don't ever bother with a critic. Hit him with a chronicle of Riddick. Boom, bottle full of Ritalin. I hit him with a little bit of riddle me this, riddle me that. My bad, fell asleep at the gas. No time to wait though. Elon Musk, I'm trying to bankroll. New Tesla just cause I say so. Electric whip like Ivan Van Gogh. I just did it. W's only, you know I've been winning. Top of the world, the globe is spinning. If you know, I've been on a mission. Okay, let's get it. I've been on a mission like totally spice. I'm a baddie, she bad, but she totally nice. He was a blue and a toast with like white. They completely match out at the soul for my leg. He knew it for sure, but he left with a white.
What is up, party? Sorry about that. Hit the button. All right. So, have a couple things I wanted to talk about. There was a couple videos I think I want to see, but we're not 100% on it yet. Because last time I played them, strike. It's like a regular strike. Kind of upset. All right, so now that I'm here, focused. You want to join the panel? Obviously, it's gonna be an open panel discussion. Can be whatever you guys choose. There we go. Bring your own topic. We are doing it in the Discord. A link is in chat or in the description. Join. If you're not part of it, I will get you verified so you can actually be part of this. Okay. I don't have much to rant right off the bat, so I'm just going to go ahead and join. Where Tex Earth is Life is hanging.
I was trying to tell him me and him are wearing the same color t-shirt today.
What up? Hello, Tex. How you guys doing?
Hey.
Oh, I saw you hitting the bong and shit, man.
Say again?
I saw you hitting the bong and shit.
I didn't see it, no.
Are you live right now, or are you fixing it live?
No, we are live right now.
Yeah, I was trying to tell you that you and I are wearing the same colors t-shirt today.
Then you got to go change. But you don't even come on. You don't go on camera.
No, man.
It's okay.
I guess technically we're all wearing the same colored t-shirt, but to be fair, I wear this color every day.
Here, I'll do something for you real quick. Hold on. Let me get my little hat. My little black hat.
Oh, we're doing hat time? Thanks.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
There you go.
Let me go in the chat real quick. What's up, C4? What up, Robert Page?
Oh, wait, hold on. How do I switch the camera?
Got to turn it around.
No, you should be able to just flip it. There we go.
Oh, yeah. We are basically the same fucking person today. I'm kind of jealous, though, because I don't have the sleeves. Oh, I need to get sleeves.
Yeah. My little setup real quick.
Yeah, see?
I had both of yours.
That's exactly, or see, I have an extra screen. So I have one right here in front of me, and then one to my right. But I have a fourth. That's right here. That's my little Chromebook. So I have, of course,
Oh yeah,
haha.
yeah. I need three screens. I've been trying to get my wife to allow me to buy two curved monitors
Yeah.
and maybe one more, but that's kind of a you know it's rough.
What's up, Blue Marble? How you doing, sir?
Hey, what's going on, Sean?
The believe it or not, Earth, um, my monitor system, so all three monitors cost me no more than $50 altogether.
That's good, man. That's good.
Yeah.
I know the monitors I want are kind of expensive.
So check this out. Like I get those like the big curving ones. Like I get that those are pretty fucking cool. Wait, hang on. Am I all fucking echoey?
No.
No, not at all.
Okay, okay. Well, because I'm not sure if you guys noticed, but typically when I'm on mic, I've been having these really big headphones on. These ones. So I switched to my my little buds. So I hear I hear everything now. Hear the echo, so it's kind of confusing me a little bit. Okay, you guys, what was I saying?
Sounds fine to me, Sean.
Yeah, no, it's definitely me. These these are actually shooting range headphones. I use them to mow my lawn, but they're Bluetooth. So when I wear them, it cancels out all the noise out here. So right now that I don't have them, I hear myself echo through this room. So it's a me thing that I have to get over. It's all good. Um, the monitors, like yeah, this so I was looking at monitors, and to me, I can't justify buying $100, $200 monitor. I get they're really fucking good, but I have three monitors. The biggest is I think they're 21, 22, 21, and 19, and they all have HDMI connections, which is all what I'm using off my. So I get good. Everything looks great to me. But like I said, one was $15, the other one was like 25, and the other one was 15. I can't justify buying $100-something monitor. It to me does the same fucking thing.
Yeah, I mean, I guess you could say that, but I think for me, I need to see that crispy 240 hertz, wonderful visual. Something really really nice for some reason.
I have
So
that,
yeah, maybe
but I have that though.
yeah,
The monitor that I'm looking at one you guys are on right now, is probably just
yeah,
as good as as what you're describing. It's probably 4 years old,
yeah. The ones that I
or 2 years old.
yeah. Yeah, the ones that I have are not. They're just like 60 hertz. So when I bought them, I wasn't really aware of the difference in hertz. So I'm still trying to get my wife to allow me to buy two curved monitors that are 240 hertz each. But
But
yeah, those are gonna be pretty expensive.
how much are those?
I think I've seen them for like maybe $200 each, which is the cheapest. But yeah, it'll be a while. I'll probably stick with ones I have for a long time.
There is an upside. So you guys caught the interview. Um, thank God for fucking Demon Stride and TEXLEX here, because I'm not sure if anyone knew, but I mean everyone knows I've always had like these weird computer fucking issues. Um, well, the night before the interview, I had the worst computer issues. Everything shut down. I had no audio at all. Nothing would work. Um, so I freaked out. I was about 10 minutes to emailing Will and being like, we're not doing it, canceling it, because I was worried that I was gonna fucking in the middle of the the interview, it would just be just everything would fail and I'd fucking feel ridiculous. So Tex helped me out a lot to get my audio back up and everything working. Believe it or not, everything works. Everything's working so much better than it was, Tex. Uh, I still see issues, obviously, with what we were talking about with like the memory and all that stuff. I was
Right.
reluctant to use Discord, but I like the platform, to do this. So I'm taking the chance. I don't have Chrome up though. I won't use Chrome. Um, but oh yeah, Tex here has convinced me and shown me the means to which to get this done, and I will have a computer in 6 days. So
Oh, so you did buy it.
yes, I did.
Okay.
Nice.
Wife not too happy about it.
Well,
She
I
actually
mean,
understands.
How much
yeah, I
did you
was
spend
fixing
on
to
it?
say.
You spent what on it?
Well, here's the
I think he
reason
only
it
spent
happened.
like 600, but it's a great system
Well, here's the thing.
for what he's wanting it for.
In my brain, I've justified it even better by doing this. It's a $600 computer. Actually came out to like $730 or something like that. Whatever. But hammer your verified. Sorry, guys. Is Amazon let you do payments? No fucking clue. So I justified it by just doing a down payment and getting it.
Oh, yeah,
just
yeah.
making monthly on it. I didn't know fucking Amazon did that shit. Otherwise, I would have had a computer all.
No, you have to, what's it called? I forget what it's called.
Affirm.
Yeah, Affirm. Yeah. I bought a graphics card like that. Like the graphics card was like $1,300, and I just, yeah.
What can I
Jeremy's in the
say?
chat.
Except
Hey, Jeremy,
you're
why don't you
welcome.
join and let me know? Now,
Wait, Jeremy?
yeah, Jeremy's in the YouTube chat.
Earth Awakenings, Jeremy?
Yeah.
Oh, my man. I like Jeremy.
He's of them. He's the one.
He's so close. He's so close, but yet he refuses to jump over that fence. He's so close, though.
25. Jeremy will be a Glober.
He's been so close to me. I've heard him argue for the Globe so many times on things that are really, really simple.
Oh yeah, when he's over there, and it's one of those like wild and out flat earthers is what I call them. I call them 24/7 flat earthers. He puts them in their place. Yesterday he was fucking with that was something I actually wanted to talk about today because holy shit, I was over there and it's not all of them at all, but the majority of them they'll just spout shit. And I was thinking as they're doing this, I'm going, one of the things that I actually happy about becoming a flat earther was the ability to take it in for what it is. And the most important thing is there is no right or wrong when a flat earthers are talking to themselves with other flat earthers. They're supposed to be like it's not like a you're wrong and it's like this. It's kind of like they bounce ideas off each other. Then I was thinking, as a glober, when you go into a flat earth server and you give them your base opinion or try to think outside of the box of what they're saying, they instantly shut you down. Instant shutdown. And this isn't just that server gay at all. I mean, I'm talking in general. What I've now noticed is that flat earth will just shut you down if you're trying to give your view of something that is against theirs. And it seemed odd that a group that would insist to have a think tank would not allow any other views besides their own. Very, very weird.
So it's like anything that's not the Globe is okay.
Yes.
As long as this doesn't have anything to do with it might be like this on the Globe, and it's okay. Pretty much.
Yeah, it doesn't. Very weird. Very difficult. I am now. Lately, I've been going over there a lot and talking, and I can have good conversations, or I do all the time. It's just there's a select few 24/7 24/7 people that are mods there that like to try to control it so that you can't get your side out, and it's just fucking super fucking weird. I wanted to say that. I was thinking about that all this morning because that happened last night when I was thinking about that. But
Yo,
I think. Hey, what's up, Brooks? How you doing, sir?
what's up, man? Good morning, y'all. Hey,
Good morning.
I just want to let you know it sounds good in Discord, but on the live stream, your voice is quiet and everyone else is like 5,000. I don't know why that is.
I know exactly what it is.
Okay.
Should be fixed now. What it
Okay.
is because I'm using something else, I can't hear very well. So voice meter.
Well, just so you know, I had my volume all the way to the bottom and they were still screaming, so I don't know what that is. But hopefully
Yeah, I
And
know.
also,
you got
maybe
it.
It should be fixed
do you
right
have
now.
a stand? Is it a standalone mic? If not,
Yes.
put the mic closer to your mouth or something.
Well, there's not really much of a choice. Let's try. A second. Fucking. That's as good as it's gonna get right there. But
Just
I
speak up a little bit.
but YouTube, see, you guys always yell at me for yelling into my mic, it seems like. And then when I'm doing it right now, you guys are like, oh, yell louder. No, it's fixed. If you guys can't hear me, Tim's. No, it's good now. YouTube
It sounds great in here. It sounds great in here, but I don't know. I'm not in the YouTube, so I'm not sure.
No, it's fixed now.
Let me check.
It's fixed. The
Okay.
difference between me and everyone else is now fixed. Like I said, I have two different two different audio settings or audio measures going on. The one that goes into my ear. So right now you guys are low to me because of my earbuds. So I had my voice meter turned up, and because of that, OBS picked that up and it was pumping it out louder than my mic was. But now YouTube should be perfectly fine. As for you guys yelling at everyone, it should be fine. If I have to talk up, the only thing I can do is add gain to my mic, but you guys won't notice that. Only YouTube will.
I just
Uh,
checked it and it sounds fine now.
That's
Okay.
okay.
Yeah, I adjust stuff. We're good. Thanks, Riggs. I do appreciate you letting me know, though. Robert Page in my chat says, did you ever do any interviews with FTFE Craig? I saw him ask you for an interview 5 years ago after your video of ripping off the Band-Aid, announcing you were no longer a flat earther. Yes, I did do an interview with Craig. I think it got like 15,000 views. It's not. I don't have it. Wait, do I? I don't know if I uploaded it, Robert. But I know it's on Craig's page. Awesome. Thanks, Rick. Yeah. Yeah, that was a long time ago. Damn, it's been 5 years. Earth, crazy, isn't it?
Yeah, it has been, man. I think I came on the scene early 2018, maybe 2019. I think. I
Yeah,
have to look at my videos.
that would have been the very tail end of Flat Earth, and maybe did we? I don't know if we talked when I was a flat. I remember you as a flat earther.
No, we didn't.
No, we didn't talk, but I knew who you were though.
Yeah, I think I saw you have that debate with Reg Rhetoric, and then
Yeah, okay.
and then I saw your video about you not leaving Flat Earth, and I was like, oh shit, okay. And I think I shared that shit everywhere.
Yeah, it's like one of my best video uploads. Robert, let me look real quick. Yeah, but it's I know for sure it's on Craig's and
Yeah,
it'd be
that's fine
a
on there.
video because he did he recorded. He loves record it. That's so weird. I don't not weird, I guess, but weird to me.
I saw that you sent him a super chat on his
Yeah.
one of his live streams recently.
Yes, I'm
He was
not
like-
gonna lie.
he was
It was absolutely to promote the interview, but at the same time, there's no reason. I mean, I get what he does. I just don't. It's not my style, so we clash if we're talking in the same conversation with flat earthers. But I think the easy solution to that was me going. I just won't be in there because I like for people that don't know over at the MMM, links in the description, the Discord server. Craig goes over there and he'll chat up with people if there are some flat earthers there and everything, and he gets real Craigish. And I don't run like that. I don't do that. So I don't tolerate it very well. And so what ends up happening is me and Craig butt heads, and we don't get along. Well, the other day I had my interview, and I was thinking about this before. I mean, as long as we're not around each other, it's fine. And let's be honest, some of the shit he says about some of those flat earthers, I agree with. I just don't like doing it in the middle of a conversation. I think it's
Right.
pointless to the discussion. Like the guy he was talking, I think he did a premiere yesterday, and whoever that guy he was talking to, I couldn't justify him not talking to him that way. He was like, "Look at my feet," and he was like eating on camera. It was so fucking weird. So there are those that
Yeah.
deserve it. It's just I don't like doing it. But yeah,
Mhm.
we have made a truce. Uh, we'll see what I don't know what that means really. We're just not gonna be at it with each other again. I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I did absolutely. I wanted to promote the interview. What did you guys think of the interview? Fuck.
I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing, but it was pretty good. I caught like maybe 80% of it. It
Yeah.
was good.
I noticed. Or anybody else want to comment before I?
Yeah, I didn't get a chance to watch the whole thing yet either, Sean. But give us your summary of what you think you you got out of him.
Okay. I think so far I probably got the most out of him than in any other interview. Um, being that probably I think one part of it was, he's done so many. Every time he does an interview, it's probably going to be refined and better for him on his side. More like what did I forget to say type things. Um, but for my interview, the one thing I absolutely noticed the difference of was in my interview, he actually made it very clear that the religious, his faith, has a very, very big part in why he's doing this. Um, for a lot of you that know, I I had issue with the things that he wasn't saying. But it was a very good sigh of relief that he was very open about that, especially because I the clip that I played during the interview, I'm not sure if you two saw that or not, but he basically made it so I didn't have to use that clip as a but what about this motivation? Because he was wide open about it being a religious issue or issue in his faith. Um, and when it came to uh, the details of the trip, I think I asked a lot of the questions a lot of people didn't when it came to what are you going to be able to do there? Is there a budget? Like the things that a lot of people should have known. I don't think he's going to go. I don't get it, but I don't think he is. The reason I say this is because if you plan to go, regardless, you don't set yourself up not to go. The second thing is
Yeah, I think he's. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
no. Go ahead.
No, I mean he might say that, but I don't think he's just gonna not go. I mean, I don't know. I don't think so. I think he's gonna go regardless.
Well, Bebo at the very end of that interview, he did seem very wishy-washy about the aspect of him actually going, because he said, and I'm paraphrasing here in so many
Hmm.
words, I'm gonna be sad if I can't go, or something along those lines. So that
Yeah.
on some level shows that there is an iffiness with him as far as like whether or not he's going to participate or if he's just going to fund.
Yeah.
I think
Honestly, whether or not he goes, the people that are going are the main factor though. Whether or not he goes or not. They're like, let's say if it's just Jared and Witsit, just them going alone. I mean, but you know what? No, maybe not, because someone would have to be there to make sure that they're just not saying, "Oh, well, we saw the sunset," you know.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
you know what I mean. So maybe I think he would have to go, or someone else would have to go if it's
Well,
not him and the other Glober, them two and the other Glober
yeah.
at least.
Well, so The other telling, see, these aren't even really telling because then it sounds like I'm doing witch hunt shit again, and it's not really a witch. It's just things that I haven't heard in any other interview. Um, the issue to me that I see there is he did acknowledge that there is a limited amount of spots for this trip, and the most important one that I think is the most important is that he has no say on whether or not those spots get filled. If Joe Schmo billionaire decides to take up 70 spots, he loses out completely because he doesn't have a deposit on it. He's already said that. The deadline.
You cut out.
Thank you for
Sean, where'd you go? Oh, Sean, you cut out. We missed like all of what you just said.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, we can hear
Okay.
you now. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I think that was weird. Or where'd you guys hear last?
The most telling part.
Oh, the most telling part is is there is a deadline, and without any acknowledgement that there is no confirmations yet from Flat Earth, there is that the chance that it can be completely booked up. So I think, and that was when I asked him, and I thought was very telling. As another thing that is telling that shows his newbie disc is he really thinks he's going to go through that list and find a flat earther to go. And this is cating that Jaren doesn't go, right? Because he's pretty much the runner, the leading candidate at the moment. But yeah, there is a deadline.
Jaren is contingent. Sorry.
No,
I
go
didn't
ahead.
mean to interrupt. Jaren is contingent on Witsit going, right?
Yes.
So
Yeah.
if Witsit chooses not to go, then Jaren will not go, and this whole thing is going to fall apart.
Well, what I've heard is that it's not Witsit specifically. It's another flat earther. I don't know why he instantly went to Witsit. Maybe because that's who he would trust the most out of all of them. But it can be another flat earther. But I'm guessing it would have to be a Jaren pick. I'm pretty sure Jaren doesn't want to go out there with certain people. So, but I mean, these things. He made, and that was the other part when because right before it, I had heard about Witsit's wife being pregnant and him possibly not going. He stated that Witsit had already knew, he knew, and Witsit was still gonna go. If that is the case, I think Witsit just put in a caveat so that he doesn't have to go if he doesn't want to.
That is what it's sounding like to me.
The contract idea.
I do and I don't. I have my qualms about it, and I don't necessarily need to go into you have all the information that I have. I spammed you with it, so you would understand my stance more or less is that he is essentially John Goodman in "Oh Brother, Where Art Thou?" He's the Bible salesman, right? Like,
you can no worries. You can be candid. I don't give a fuck. This is an open panel. Tex, if you want to talk, you can talk.
To me, given his career history and the fact that he has made claims that he was bequeathed the position in his parish, when the reality, given the research, states otherwise, shows a willful omission of fact. And it's very hard to trust individuals who are not transparent with their intention.
Let me
And
ask
I would
you.
never go into a law-abiding contract with anybody who's not willing to be transparent with intention.
Okay, I see exactly what you're saying. You are in agreement that the test itself has nothing to do with this part, right?
Right. The final.
I'm pretty sure I am lagging. Hear me? All right, so I am lagging. Give me a second, guys. Pretty sure
Flat
it's only
Earth
on.
is on its last
There we
leg.
go.
I know there are still some outliers there that are very passionate about it. But overall, as far as like prolificacy in mainstream media, flat Earth is not a buzz topic anymore. Um, so
Uh,
who is holding the experiment? That's where I take issue. I just personally do not trust Will Duffy, considering his career history.
I get that part, but you get contract part, right? Like, so it kind
I
of puts you in a bind.
understand him wanting to protect his assets. Yeah, I understand him wanting to protect his assets. I understand that he is wanting to make sure that these people commit, and I feel like contracts are very, a good tool for that to force committing to something. But I cannot find any logic in him doing this just for funsies, to rake out close to $100,000 just
Oh,
for the
well,
fun of it.
oh,
No,
wait,
there's
well,
an intention behind it somewhere.
yeah, but see, it's not just for funsies. If I did it, it would be funsies. He did say in the interview though, it was he has a big worry about the uh religious flat earth aspect of this. And I think even as much as he downplayed the significance of it, like I mean he didn't downplay, but it wasn't he didn't go fire and brimstone about it. Um to me it was very clear that this is like some shit he probably like stays up at night about. Like I'm serious. Like that clip was a passion clip. That wasn't just a hey Congress, let me tell you about some shit. that was that was we're taking back what is ours.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because um I had gotten bits and pieces of this kind of information prior to the interview. The problem was is that if I can't I went to a flat earth server or flat earth YouTube channel and they were talking about it. um and they were like, hey, go look, check out, I think it was Burn, I don't remember the name, damn it. It was a upload that basically was talking all about that shit. So like you were a day behind, but it hadn't been out yet. um and it was like I didn't have enough to be like, hey, tell me about these court cases. It didn't seem organic enough. So for anyone that does know what I'm talking about, because there's some people in the chat that were going, hey, check this out because this is important to this guy Will Duffy. I didn't have time to look it up, and then once I heard about the actual details, it was through text, and it was like what, 3 minutes after the live stream, I went into the Discord and you guys were talking about it.
Yeah, yeah. No, the whole time you were doing the interview with Duffy, I was researching Duffy. So
Yeah,
and I mean like extensively researching him.
yeah, and
Because I'm a nosy bitch. Um, and yes, so I did find a lot of. I think I sent you probably close to 12 links in your DM.
it was 14. It was
It
definitely
was
14.
14. I'm so
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, he's what I
Yeah.
expect someone rich. Or, I'm sorry, were you saying something, Blue?
Yeah, I was gonna say, don't keep me in suspense, Tex. What did you
Oh,
find out about him?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
um, okay, hold on. Let me go pull up the links here. This one was well, I don't need to go over the LinkedIn profile. Let's see here. So I found an IAPD report for him. And in that report, it details out, where is it? Here we go.
You posting it somewhere?
Three, you want me to post it?
Oh, no, you don't have to. That's fine.
No, I can post it. That's not a problem. I'll put it in the stream chat. So there were 3 customer disputes when he was doing financial advising, and all of them state the same allegations, which is breach of written contract, breach of fiduciary duties, failure to supervise, negligence and gross negligence, misrepresentations and omissions, violation of FINRA rules, violation of federal security laws, violation of California and Colorado Security Acts, violation of the Investment Acts of 1940, and the violation of Reg BI. All of these settlements vary from as low as $10,000 to as high as $500,000, 2 of which he settled out of court, and 1 is currently still in arbitration. So given the fact that he has not 1, but 3 of these, 1 of which settled as recently as this year, does show that there is somewhat to for profit, in my opinion, in my personal opinion. I'm not going to allege anything, but if you are a man who has made millions of dollars, I have to cover my ass, Sean. That man is much richer than me. I don't want to get sued for defamation, right? These are just what is on Google, open source, what you can find. I don't think that it's any coincidence that I found 3 separate law firms, all with advertisements specifically to sue Will Duffy if he was your financial advisor. So and then he also, during your interview, and this could have just been, like well, I just skimmed it. I didn't really understand the contracts with ALE, or, just not ill-intentioned naivety towards what the contracts for ALE are, but there was some and they loved the idea. So they're giving me a deal to do this for $30,000 a ticket, blah, blah, blah. And he made it off like he just, didn't go on the website and click and look at the cheapest option for their Antarctic tours,
Well, I mean,
And
okay,
so,
but hang on. What's wrong with that? Rich people
what's
aren't rich
wrong
for
with
no
it?
reason. Yeah. What's wrong with him going for the cheapest one?
I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with him going for the cheapest one. I'm saying there's something wrong with him playing it off like he was able to strike a deal with ALE because he's just
Oh.
such a charismatic person.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, yeah, okay, so that was something that was weird to me, and I didn't believe it at first. So when I asked him, specifically when I was asking him about that, the deadline, the spots that ALE has there, and whether or not it was reserved at all. Right now, as it stands, there's, as far as ALE is concerned, they're wide open. They don't have any Will Duffy reservation. The only time a reservation would start is literally the medical submittal part, but that is the deposit part. And he said, and that's what he said. He said Keegan did the medical, and at this point it would be the deposit part. But he hasn't. There's no deposits with ALE yet.
Right. Did he ever clarify what the deposit cost would be?
I think it was 5,000.
Okay. And is he saying that they have to send the deposit over to him or over to ALE specifically?
ALE specifically.
Okay. All right. That's fine.
Oh, no, wait.
I have no
Okay,
problem with that.
let me clarify it. So it's exactly how it actually is. So you get a medical. With that medical, when you submit the medical to ALE, he will be sending them 5,000, which is the deposit, part of the 30,000.
Okay,
So
so
he
he's
doesn't.
saying
So
once we've cleared medical, he'll pay the deposit.
oh yeah. He's paying the deposit, but the deposit is what you would consider the confirmation for the participant's trip. And that part has not been done yet, but he said Keegan did do his medical, so that to me is weird. that shows not a commitment,
Currency.
it's not a commitment thing. It's a acknowledgement that it may not happen. And that's why I asked him, what are the chances this won't happen at all? And he was like, it's almost 100%. It's going to happen. I just may not go. Like he seems like, and that's the part that's weird to me, because as far as I know, I don't see why he hasn't put 3 deposits at ALE yet. Because I know you could do that. I don't care what's going on. And if it is a medical thing, then there should be 2 deposits. So
Yeah, and when I was researching the contracts, they said as long as you're canceling before a certain day, you get that deposit back. So my worry is that he is going to wait till the very, very last minute, and these people are going to pay for these medical expenses, pay for the ticket to get to the plane to go, um, and he's going to cancel.
but I feel like,
Hey, Sean,
what's up?
I'm sorry. I don't want to cut you off. Go ahead, say what you're saying, and then I'll chime in with what my thoughts real quick.
I don't think, Tex, that at the point where he's 3 deposits or 3 or 4 deposits have been laid out, I don't think he'll back out. I don't think. He could. I mean, I don't know, but if he did, that'd be.
Well, he wouldn't be a very good businessman, would he?
Well, I know he'd have a
Anyway.
lot of angry people, with angry people fucking visiting his church.
Yeah, I think that's why he's like saying that they need to sign something, so that way he's not out of money if they decide to back out. If he puts
Yeah,
down a
but
deposit,
what Tex is
and
saying,
those are non.
but what Tex is saying, and what's very important to this is, I think I cut out again. La 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 la. Hang on, I know you guys can hear me, but Discord's playing funny, so I can tell when I'm lagging out for them. I know they can't hear me. I don't want to say what I'm gonna say. Oh, there we go. All right,
You
yeah.
cut
So
out.
everyone,
You cut out again?
yeah. Discord's doing it. It's not YouTube. I can see my OBS and YouTube sign. It's just you guys every once in a while. It's only for like 5-6 seconds. The thing about what like Tex is saying is he's having people sign these contracts, but there's no contract for him. So what Tex is saying is, well, see, here's the thing, Tex. What is he going to get back? He's paying for it.
Yeah.
My issue is not that I'm worried about him getting something back. My issue is I'm worried about him canceling because in his mind, 30,000 is, $5.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
And he's going to put these individuals who obviously are not as affluent in a position where they're going to be out a hefty sum for the average person.
Okay, I see what you're
Because
saying. So
he's
what you're
not going to
saying,
pay for them to go from their location to the location to fly in.
so what you're saying
He's just going,
is he's going to
yeah.
use a loophole, and in the background, after canceling it, say because they didn't go, they're liable.
Yes.
Wow,
That is my concern.
Ooh, that's a big one.
That's a
Because
stretch.
it's not though, because
Wait,
he
hang on,
did say something along
Let
those
me
lines in the interview.
Let me play devil's advocate for a second, B-ball. He has screwed people over.
So,
Not that he's going to do it. Not that he has evidence for it. But the
Yeah.
that could happen is a logical thing. I don't think he's going to. Let's just keep that clear. I don't think that's the case. I don't think he's going to. But that would be something for the people going to think about, right? Hey, Will, can we get a
Right.
contract?
Yeah. So, Sean, let me go ahead and say what I want to, because this is, I love the fact that on our side we are questioning the hell out of this. He's a glober, right?
Yep.
And we are like, we're questioning him more than the flat earthers are. Right?
Yeah, I would agree.
of another flat earther trying to do something like this. None of them. They'd be all on board. But the fact that we are here, you're here questioning the hell out of this guy who's, basically coming out of his own pocket to do this. I think it shows a lot on our side that, we're definitely the more honest people.
Okay, so I agree with you.
That's my
Well,
opinion.
okay, I agree with you. First off, we'll start by that. Here's the issue with what you're saying. First of all, flat earthers are. I don't know why the predominant ones we know aren't. It is very weird, but I will tell you for a fact, flat earthers are. Matter of fact, tonight he has an interview. I'm not sure if you guys know who Awakened Soul is. I'm pretty sure you do.
Oh yeah. Oh God.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
He's interviewing Will Duffy tonight.
I need to
not
link
sure
to
if you. I'm not sure if you guys heard me in the interview at the end when I was kind of giving him a warning. And Awakened Soul, if you're fucking listening, I didn't mean it to be a attack towards you. I honestly don't think you worry about that shit. So that's why I said it to him. So don't be mad at me. That something in the background happened. He was not happy with me telling Duffy about him at all. He was actually pretty pissed. Weird.
Really?
Oh yeah, he was livid. He was like, "Why'd you tell Duffy I was a religious flat earther?" And blah. I was like, "Man, because I've known you for almost 9 years, and I didn't think you gave a fuck. I thought you weren't worried about that." So I said something. I apologize. Holy crap. But it's gonna. I don't. Man, I would watch it. Holy shit! If anyone is watch that shit, because if you want to see what Duffy was, what Duffy's worried about, he's about to talk to one of them. He's about to talk to one, and I think it's the first interview he's had talking to a religious flat earther. So it is good. It's gonna be good, and holy shit, it's gonna be fucking amazing. I can't wait. I think it's at 8 o'clock tonight, my time. So 9 hours from now, wherever the fuck you're at. Oh, but back to Duffy. Definitely think it's a stretch, Tex, but I see where you're coming from in it. And B-Ball, if you're still listening, I can guarantee you we're the only Globers doing it. Now, that's where I had to differ with you. Good on them. I think it does show the integrity of the globe that this is happening. But when it comes to what I now consider Globers, I'm sorry, none of them are. No, there's not one Glober talking about Phil Duffy in any light besides like he's a fucking saint. And it's fucking odd to me. He's new to the community. Everyone should be like, who the fuck is this guy? I think the test, the going there and what will happen is a different aspect of this than the who is this guy. But at the same time, I don't think who is this guy should be ignored and act like he's a saint regardless. I think it's fucking the weirdest thing in the fucking world. The guy's a cool dude. He seemed really awesome. But he's definitely about what he's doing and not about the community. I know that because came in about 5 minutes before the interview, and I wanted to have like, just a get to know the person I'm fucking talking to. Wasn't really, I mean, he didn't deny it happening, but he was very, let's just get the interview started. I'd asked him to stay around at the end. The fucking second I said we were done, he just so fucking appeared. And again, I get it. These aren't bad qualities. It's just, to me, it shows to me he has no being. He doesn't give a fuck about staying around. That's not a concern to him. And fine, that's fine. I don't really give a fuck. But let's call a spade, right? He's using the community for his gain. Fucking lagging out again over there. Hang on, 'cause I'm gonna end up having to say what I said again. But guess what, guys? This isn't even deterring me because I'm happy I'm getting a computer. So YouTube chat, don't worry. It's just a
Religious
little thing.
purposes.
Okay, so
Didn't say so.
what was the last thing you guys heard me say? Because I know when it happens now.
That he left
Oh, okay. Yeah. So
right
he left.
after.
She this cutting out thing. And I know what it is. I do. I like this setup. I have to get rid of the. I have the voice chat panel separate, so I have two Discord things going. You're gonna right.
Mm,
Uh-huh. Okay, so what was that? So yeah, after the interview, he just took off. So to me, it's not a community thing to him. It's definitely a what Will wants, and he's using us for it. And that's fine.
yeah.
But that's gonna give credence for what we're doing. And I don't know if you guys heard me, so I'm going to say it again. But there are no fucking Globers, none, talking about this. There are Globers who question him and have their doubts and opinions about him. Blue is one. He was very adamant about how fucking this isn't a final experiment, and his look on how it's going to end shit is ridiculous. He very much thinks that. I really think he thinks this is going to stop the discussion. I tried to tell him it's not, and he looked at me like I was fucking crazy. I don't know if anyone noticed that in the interview.
He did.
Yeah, he looked at. He was like, "No, this is definitely going to end it."
That's just foolish as hell. If you think this is going to end anything, it's going to end nothing. Nothing.
Yeah, and I tried to explain to him, and it was like,
doesn't settle a thing. Everybody involved in this is playing an angle.
yes, yes,
Everybody.
I agree.
Will's
wouldn't
playing
doubt.
an angle. Jaren's playing an angle. Witzett's playing an angle. They've all got their own agenda.
Yes, and I'm
And
pretty sure.
None of it has to. A documentary of some sort that I
Yes,
could
I
sell
agree.
to Net Geo, I'd be doing all the same shit that Will Duffy is doing.
Well, and in Sean's interview, he did state that that was not his intention, but he also stated in a previous interview before Sean's that it was not a religious intention for the experiment, and then he went back on that. So as he and that's where you're going to see his true intention.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited for it.
Well, if anyone hasn't paid attention to what Jaren has done over the last few years, I mean, all Jaren is doing right now is trying to find the escape hatch. He's looking for the same thing Randy came up with that one damn photograph. Oh my God, if I'd only seen this one picture, 5 years ago, I wouldn't have been a flat earther.
Mhm.
Bullshit.
I think
Randy knew.
I think
Randy
Jaren
was
is.
just looking for a damn excuse, and Jaren is doing the same thing. He's looking for an excuse.
Yeah, I think I ultimately think in Jaren's brain, Duffy's full of shit, and it's not going to even happen. And I think he's banking on that. I think I think the Witsit thing was oh shit, it may happen. I don't think he'll do this. And then from then it kind of he got committed to it. But yeah, they all have intention to it. Fucking like let's keep it fucking real. I had intention, right? Like I didn't. What do you think? I just fucking decided for the shits and giggles to interview Duffy? No, I wanted an interview that would bring views to my channel, bring subs to my channel. I mean, everyone has the intention on it. It's whether or not you're willing to just not bullshit about it. That's the worst thing to
Right.
me. The bullshit aspect. Like, I don't think like these are just personal. Like, I don't think making money on here is a fucking bad thing. Not sure if you guys fucking noticed or not, but I have my super chat open. Like, you guys can give me super chats. I accept that shit. I don't fucking eBay. That's fucking disgusting. And ugh. If I ever start eBaying, I want every one of my subs to leave, and I want everyone to fucking hit me up in my comments and tell me how much of a douchebag I am, because I think that is so douche. Because one of the things, like, I have these little moral dilemmas. I was like, I'll just tell everyone in my chat, give me a super chat, and I'll make sure your question goes out. But I was like, why the fuck would I do that? these are all I'm interviewing because I want to ask them these fucking questions. People need to be more transparent. It's so fucking weird these days.
Yeah, earlier you said call a spade a spade. I agree. If you're going to have intentions, that's fine. I don't give a shit about that. But if you're going to have a steaming pile of shit on the floor, at least claim it as your pile of shit.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
own up to it.
Because it does. And back to what he was saying. So I brought up the list, and I wanted to say I even told him like half the list isn't even around. Flowbusters isn't one person, and I asked him at what point in this deadline, because remember, excuse me, I even asked him. I said, "Is there a deadline to going out there?" And there is. Antarctic Logistics Expedition ALE. There's a deadline for this trip. There's a point where they're going to cut everyone off and say, "There's no more time. You can't come." And I said, "Is there going to be a point where you guys stop going for all these top level flat earthers and start going for someone who's going to absolutely be committed to wanting to go?" Because all the Globers that are listening, just so you understand, there are hundreds of flat earthers that are up and are willing to stop everything in their life and go for this experiment. The problem is they're not invited and they're not looked at as anyone that matters. It's gonna change the same amount of fucking people's fucking mind about flat Earth. FYI.
Oh, 0?
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't know what is the percentage if a handful of flat earthers change their mind.
Point
It doesn't change
point
anything.
0.002%.
Yeah, that's about it.
No,
For instance,
you'll change 2 guys' minds. That's it.
yes. Yep, exactly. And we're talking best case scenario. And to me, that's best case scenario. As far as I'm concerned, that makes the trip worth it. But this idea that it's the flat earth ender is a fucking joke. I made that upload. If anyone hasn't seen it, it's the last upload I did. It's about an hour long conversation with the guys over at Earth Awakenings about this exact thing. If they go down there and Jaren comes back and says, "Hey, there's a 24-hour sun," we know Jaren said, "If there's a 24-hour sun," and this is what he said. And I'm not sure if you heard his Facebook post, Blue. Have you heard about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. So as far as things are concerned now, Jaren, if there's a 24-hour sun, Jaren's done. Jaren's no longer a flat earther. There's absolutely a line drawn because of it. But just so everyone fucking knows, that line drawn is by 99% of flat earth, who has already said, if there's a 24-hour sun, it doesn't mean it's a fucking globe, and it sure as hell doesn't mean it's not flat. It just means we have to rethink how shit works.
Exactly. Witsit will just come up with some new word salad, and away we go again.
Mm-hmm. Yes, 100,000%.
But that's why I say Jaren is looking for the escape hatch. Jaren knows damn good and well that all the videos that are already available that already show a 24-hour sun, that he knows those are legit. He knows good and well. He knows damn good and well what he's going to see when he goes there. He knows it ahead of time.
But here's the thing, Blue, and this is where in Devil's Advocate time. No, it's not even Devil's Advocate time. It could be this, and this was how it worked for me. There's a lot of things I denied because I couldn't experience it. But let me get this straight. If I was in that position, I would have been, and if I was invited, they wouldn't have not had to go any further. When I was a flat earther, I would have stopped everything to find out where we live, to find these things. And paid, I'm gone. Bye. That part is very weird to me. Well, see, understand this. I'm not a flat earther anymore because of this situation. I wouldn't be surprised if more flat earthers, the honest ones, the one or two, left because of how much backlash or how smooth this isn't going. The last month that I was a flat earther, I made a choice. It was to stop talking to Globers altogether. The reason is because I had realized that I had been flooded with globe evidence, right? And I worried that that globe evidence was so overwhelming that it made sense, if that makes sense to you guys. But in that revelation of thought, I decided that for a month, I didn't say for a month, it just lasted a month. I'm going to only talk to content created flat earthers, and I'm going to ask them the questions that these globers say are wrong, that we're wrong about, and try to have them explain it to me. That was the easy part, right? They're all willing to explain to you how they're right. But this was the part that really fucked me in my head. I'd go to someone like Indio, or whatever the fuck his name is, and I'd be like, "How does this work?" And he'd give me his full explanation, and I take it for what it was, and I take notes so I couldn't miscue anything. And then I'd go to someone like, I think at the time it was it? I think it was like a Sun and Moon group. I don't fucking remember. But it was a bunch of flat Earth content creators that we all look to for advice and stuff. Blah blah blah. And when I got their reasoning for something, what I ended up starting to do, because this is something that I noticed when I was getting globe evidence, things work together. And I noticed that when I talked to flat earthers, the content creators, when I was specifically asking them how something worked, I would get three ideas, but none of those ideas could possibly work with each other, like at all, like even close. Those were red flags to me, and that was kind of like the big red flag that was like, jump off this boat and just swim for it. And that's telling to me. That's the biggest telling thing. That's the one thing I don't get at all. I would have thought that the spots would have been filled by now, and it would have been, we're really going, and are they going to blow up the plane? You know, shit like that. Yeah, exactly. So will I. But yeah, it's very telling to me, and I wish it would happen that globers, I'm sorry, would actually question the people that are in the community. And you guys can stop acting like this isn't a fucking community. It's not just flat earthers. It's not just globers. We're all part of a community because we all talk to each other all the fucking time. We know who each other is. It's ridiculous to act like this guy that just loaded on in is just everything's all good. Fuck it. Let me see. Look at my chat. What's up, Escape? I haven't been in here a second. Sorry, guys. Considering the sheer amount of promotion on it, it would be only kicking his own ass if he backs out in any way. If globers don't cover themselves, fuck them for being gullible. Yeah. And I think myself, Tex for sure, Blue for fucking damn sure, we have made it very clear that we have concerns, and I don't hear enough of them. Hey, what's up, Glober Mom? How you doing? Thank you for joining. Jeremy says 24-hour sun in Antarctica videos are not legit. We have gobs over them frame by frame. Actually, there's quite a few that are just time lapse and not cut at all. You don't have to deny that part. I agree, Blue. He is. Nerd, what's up, Nerd? Yes, there are honest flat earthers. I was an honest flat earther. You guys got to also understand, not everyone knows the information they have is wrong. If you don't have a real good understanding of it, it's very difficult to know that your right is actually wrong. And then we add in the disrespect and the berating over it. The right information being given is being given the wrong way. And then don't get me wrong. There are flat earthers out there that just don't give a fuck, and they will forever be flat earthers. Don't think that I'm saying there's a way to change them all. No, nope. As far as I'm concerned, it will always be one or two for any situation over a long term. It's never going to be a big swath of flat earth gone. Ever.
I'm going to make a lot of them really mad when I say this, but I feel like a vast majority of flat earthers in this collective that we have here do it because it makes them feel special. At the end of the day, it's something interesting about you. And when you were approached with people that are trying to take away some form of autonomy or individuality from you, of course you're going to stick your fingers in your ears and go, la, 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 I'm not listening. You know,
Mm,
nobody wants to feel like their person or their identity is being attacked. So yeah, I
but
can
you got to remember,
understand.
but here's the thing, and this is the Glober part, the Glober's fault on this aspect of it. If you're being berated by information that's not even correct, and that information that's not even correct is supposed to be the information that says you're how wrong you are, and that happens a lot. It's harder to hear someone say the earth is a globe, gravity is real, if 10 minutes prior to that a guy said gravity is real and his understanding wasn't correct and he explained it wrong. And that happens
Right.
a fucking lot. But here's the thing.
Yes.
It's okay to be wrong. Those same Globers aren't willing to admit they're wrong. And I get it, motherfuckers that are all want to pipe up real quick and go, motherfucker, they're always wrong. I know they're always wrong. The difference is, and I know they don't even admit they're wrong. The difference is you know it's a globe. I know it's a globe. There's no reason to have to go any further than that, just explaining it and being done with it or admitting that you didn't understand it correctly. Because guess what? There's no way in hell everyone did. That probably sucked for everyone. I apologize.
She knocked your mic over.
I did.
Talking with your hands too much, Sean.
Yes,
Put
I
your hands
am.
under your bottom. Sit on
Okay.
your hands
Well,
like
I
a
can't
good
have
boy.
I gotta smoke. Um, no, I apologize. Well, Friday or 6 days, Tuesday. I don't remember. Yes, Tuesday. I will have a mic stand as well. A whole new world, people. Next week is going to be fucking amazing. The only thing that I got to do is make sure I keep streaming because I had to force myself to stream today because I was like, I'm getting a computer. Why not just wait? And I was like, fuck waiting. Not going to wait.
Yeah.
Discord cut you out again, Sean.
Yeah, it does it every once in a while. I can tell when it happens. My little bubble stopped bubbling up. But I don't care. It's that, and that's the good thing because I know it's going to be better. What's happening? Well, first of all, let's get one thing straight. What's happening right now is nothing compared to what's been happening. So I don't. And the only downside is they don't hear you because when it happens, they still hear me. So it's a small price to pay for what I'm dealing with, right? Right, Tex?
Yeah.
So everyone knows I probably have the most ancient dinosaur computer being used at the moment.
So old.
I fucked up and showed her my computer stats and information, and she was like, "Holy crap,
It's like when a girl laughs at your penis, huh?
Jesus!" No, I don't know what you're talking. Maybe someone else can relate, and that's in the YouTube chat. But I'm sorry.
Hell, I laugh at mine. Why shouldn't somebody else laugh at it?
Yeah,
They are fun looking. They're very fun looking.
Yeah.
it's really good because I never said, "Hey, that's fun looking."
Have you ever just randomly no, you know what? That's an inside thought. Anywho,
Yeah.
So proud.
let's
I am so fucking proud of you.
I think
So
we
proud.
probably ought to move on. Yeah.
I forget where we were in the weeds. I forgot what we were talking about.
That's my bad.
Anyway, Jeremy says it's all recorded on Geo's frame by frame, debunking all of the 24-hour sun videos.
That's
in
great because I can
the
think of
Discord.
2 of them right now off the top of my head that are uncut.
Yeah, the raw video. Yeah.
Yes. So I don't. Yeah, I get it. There are definitely a lot of 24-hour sun videos, Jeremy, that have a lot of editing, a lot of cuts, and I understand that you can say those ones aren't good enough. But they're in my world of seeing this, there are definitely 2 of them 100%.
Look, when a guy loops the video, of course it's going to be cut. No doubt about it. So what?
Hey, Jeremy, I want you to answer this. You can answer in the chat, obviously. If there is a 24-hour sun, though, is flat Earth done for you? I've even heard you kind of like step on toes over there when other flat earthers give their ideas of shit like that. What's yours though? If there is a 24-hour sun, are you leaving flat Earth?
Excuse
Now
me.
it's now it's time for the misdirect and the avoidance of answering that very simple question.
Well, while we wait on bated breath, I'm gonna go grab a beverage.
Oh, right. And mind you, Jeremy, I've asked. I think you were there. Um, I've asked Globers for no what. You're not going to leave flat Earth. That's.
That's what I thought he'd say.
I thought he would say he would. Jeremy seems more rational than most. Well, how about this? If I can't
Well,
imagine you coming
what
up.
are you saying? What are you saying no to, Jeremy?
Yeah, that's the hard part. I don't.
Just
I,
no
I
doesn't tell us anything. What are you saying no to? No, it doesn't prove a flat Earth, or it does, or what are you saying?
indirectly answered your own palm reader prediction. He said, we're trying to figure out what you mean. Like,
That's a
okay.
lot of words for I don't know.
No, I think what he's saying is he's not going to leave flat Earth if there is a 24-hour sun. But then I'm confused because he says no twice, and I think I asked. See, I don't. Jeremy, man, you smoke weed too. Give me some slack. Can you please be specific about what no is too?
No to your questions, Sean.
Just no to you in general,
Just
Sean.
no.
Just
Just
your whole
no.
existence.
Just
No.
no.
Okay. Hey, it's an answer though.
It is. And this is part of the reason you always ask me why I don't participate in these debates. It's because I know that I am not educated enough in the material to be able to competently and consistently give information that is correct.
Well,
There is always and this is a big issue with a lot of Glovers. There are plenty of very, very intelligent, well-educated Glovers. Blue is one of them who is, he understands the material, he understands the concepts, he gets it on a very deep level, and he's able to be consistent with what he's saying. But then there are these half-ass Glovers in the community that don't necessarily follow the math. They don't understand the science to the extent that they should to be able to articulate these concepts to individuals that don't understand the concepts. And that creates this issue of consistency in the globe stances, and that is where we are allowing flat earthers to get a lot of leeway
yes.
because we're not representing ourselves consistently.
Honestly, is better because you can
Yeah.
you can be wrong, but when you're doubling down just to say flat Earth is wrong, again, I know they are, but when you double down on your misunderstanding, it's a detriment to you.
Right.
And that is why flat Earth is still around. But with all that being said, if you want to debate Tex on flat Earth, just let me know. I will set it up for you.
You mean like you set me up with the non-theist theist?
I'm going to tell you right now. I went into that server and literally asked, "Is there any theists that want to debate a Satanist?" And he was the one who piped up.
But the thing about it is like, I don't know if you got to
A little bit.
which it's interesting because I do want to talk to him more about that specific aspect, but that was not, again, back to being transparent with your intention. That was not what we were looking for. And I feel like he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm a theist," just to be able to say, "Hey, let me go stand on my soapbox to the Satanist for an hour." You
Yeah.
know?
Yeah. Very weird. I didn't expect it to turn into that. Oh, okay, now it's starting to aggravate me. It's starting to lag a little bit. I can't Discord like it. No, yeah, that's weird. Yeah, but if anyone is a theist and wants to debate a saint, are you guys gonna debate? Is it still gonna happen?
We're still gonna bait. Um, Jeremy's cracking me up. We're still gonna debate, but I think I'm gonna have Pocky change the the headline for it. Like it's not gonna be Satanist versus theist. It's gonna be maybe like an AMA.
Okay.
And that way other people can participate and we can have like an open discussion about it. Um, but also too, we don't have to. I'm totally content. I'm getting my new couch tomorrow. I'm so good on just like canceling the event altogether and rewatching Bridgerton. Like
Jeez, such a dork. I want to make sure Pocky puts on that the thumbnail, that little the promoter thing. Would be like when in doubt, flat earth out. It'd be the new motto every time you're around. It's gonna be great.
yeah, see how quickly I leave Discord altogether.
Jeez, so angry.
I'm gonna stay in my one stoner server. That'll be my only server.
And I'm guessing if I start bringing flat earthers there, you'll boot me.
I will boot you. Yes, I am a mod in that server. So. Oh, and the cult. Yeah, I'll
Yeah,
still
that
have
one.
the cult. But you're not allowed to bring. No, I'll immediately boot them.
I wouldn't even. I don't. I would never talk about it there. Scared of what will happen. No, yeah, it's very weird. I don't know. I'm not very versed in the theist non-theist debate. Um, I barely even know the terms. Uh, it's definitely fun to listen to.
Yeah, so I don't know if you saw me and White Watchmaker going at it today.
That guy, man, he just wants to like. He just has to be
He
against what
does.
something we're saying. That's it.
As an autistic person, I can tell you with a certain level of confidence that he is probably autistic because that is a very autistic thing to do, to argue for fun.
It's weird. The worst part of it is, and let's clarify this, and this is why I think this. As a flat earther, when I was a flat earther, I was atheist. Everyone called me an atheist flat earther. With that, it was like, say it, it was very clear with the groups I was in, and again, this was what I was trying to explain to him, to Watchmaker, is that his sample size is very limited. The fact
Yes.
that I've been in this for about almost 9 years, 10 years, and I was a flat earther, my sample size is enormous. I'm talking on the thousands, and this is how it goes with flat Earth. There are religious flat earthers. The Bible
Yes.
says so, et cetera, et cetera. But there is a very large majority of flat earthers that are not religious, but they consider themselves spiritual. And
Right.
the main thing behind that is that someone that is spiritual does not believe in a deity, a god. It is a thing, a being, kind of like, not a being. The best way I explained it to him in there was someone who is spiritual worships Mother Nature. Mother Nature, in no case, is considered a god, right? So that's why how I define spirituality. Someone that is spiritual is someone who doesn't want to be bound by a religion.
Right. Well, and that's eventually he did concede because I told
Okay.
him and I explained to him that I'm omnistic, which is the belief that all religions hold some truth, but no religion is the singular truth. I and this is what I was telling or what I was trying to tell SEACT, right? Because SEACT was asserting his opinion that both philosophy and religion are inherently satanic. And I'm like, well, what do you mean by that? And he was like, well, they're evil. And I'm like, why are they evil? And he's like, because they force doctrination onto individuals. And I'm like, okay, but that in of itself is a belief system, which makes it a
Yes.
philosophical thought. And he's like, no, because I don't want to use the term philosophical thought. I don't
Yes.
agree with it. Well, just because you don't agree with it doesn't change the definition of the word. You know? And Watchmaker will do that as well. And he thinks he's sneaky about it. He really does. He'll rephrase things or he'll use certain words to be purposefully ambiguous with what he's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Articulate things in a way that no matter how you respond, they're going to be able to flip it on you, which is I'm going to flip the script or I'm going to backtrack and articulate it in a different way so that way, my point still kind of sort of stands. The shit irks the crap out of me. It
Yeah, oh, yeah.
really does.
Yeah. It's every time I talk to him, it's he makes a claim, realizes he made a claim, and then plays the "I didn't make a claim" game. Fuck, it's so
So
annoying.
Globerman said spirituality is not necessarily about religion. Correct. Yes. We're talking about it in the context of religion because I am going to be holding an event at some point on ummmmm, doing like an AMA or an open panel about Satanism specifically. But no, spirituality and religion, while they have a lot of overlapping, are not the same thing.
Nerd in the chat says spirituality, uh, uh, of or relating to supernatural beings or phenomena. See, but who is that? That's what confused. Okay, so then if someone says they're spiritual, and they observe like Mother Nature and bug lives matter and shit. That's not being spiritual. That's not a spiritual person.
Black Lives Matter. Are you talking about Felk? You leave poor Felk alone. Um, hang on. So yeah, so again, it's people will use the term spirituality to say that they're non-theistic, and that's a common use for it, but it's not necessarily a proper use for it. Spirituality just means that you do self-reflection, that you are in tune with the reality around you, that you are trying to explore and understand the reality about yourself.
Well, nerd, in the chat, I don't think I said that spiritual people couldn't be religious. It's just what I came across spiritual people. The people that said they were spiritual typically were people that were leaving or avoiding having to term which God is there.
Right.
And so, like,
Well,
in that they thinking any writing for a deity is just indoctrination, basically.
I do think that there are certain people that believe that, but the majority of spiritualists just are non-theistic in the sense that they don't adhere to a religion that worships a deity. Like Buddhism, while there are deities within Buddhism, the worship of that deity is not the main focus of Buddhism.
But are they considered deities though?
They're yes and no. Not in the way that Abrahamic religions consider deities, right? Abrahamic religions are like God is the Father, God is the great creator, God is, the reason why we're all here and the reason why we are in existence, and everything we do must be done in a way to emulate him. Because if you don't, then you're going to face consequences. Non-theistic religions such as Buddhism might have deities, but these deities were at one point in time human themselves and then went through a phase of enlightenment that allowed them to go to the next plane of existence.
Like kind of like
And
the
so,
Norse thing and stuff.
yeah, like Valhalla, or like Christianity stole the concept of hell from Norse paganism. So hell was a deity in Norse paganism where existence, and that was just the next phase in your life. And all of these religions that postdate philosophy, like Socrates and beyond, all the way up till about after the burning of Alexandria, yada yada. All of the Western religions pull from both Western and Eastern philosophy to create their lore.
That's what always confuses me. They all have like the similar thing, but no one can say where it started.
Right. Well, to say where something started, that's like saying, okay, when did history start, Sean?
When they started recording it.
Okay, but what point? Out of all of the history that we have, written history, what is the first bit of history that we have? Do you know? Off the
Caveman
top of
paint.
your head?
Caveman.
No.
Yeah.
Okay, which caveman painting?
Bob's.
No, Sean, come on. You get what I'm saying, right? It's very hard to just pick a segment in a timeline and say, okay, this is where the start of religion has occurred,
Yeah.
right? It's more nuanced than that.
Okay, but we can say, okay, but there are definitely religions we can say definitely weren't it.
What? Okay, Robert, honey, my name is Tex. You can just refer to me as Tex. You don't have to call me the female.
You see, yeah, you can see your name on the screen. That she has a point. At first, I took it as someone just listening, but then I realized if you're typing, you can see the screen. And then I looked at the screen and you were talking, so I saw your name. We have names. Are you in the? Do you have YouTube? Text in the chat and tag you. That's what it is. I don't think text is your. I'm Ramalama Ding Dong. I don't want to put my name out there.
So Nerd said something that I would like to delve into. He said, just because two people say the same thing doesn't mean that one copied from the other. Yeah, sure, of course. But I think that it's going to be a very, very rare occurrence that an individual is not going to have any external influences on themselves. Even original thoughts can be influenced by your community, by your experiences, by the individuals that you interact with. So while the thought itself may be original, the process that brought out that thought is a shared experience.
Couldn't you just say environment dictates that then?
To a certain extent, yeah. At least that's my opinion of it.
So binary has been involved.
So, Escape said spiritualists believe in ghosts, spirit guides, spheres of heaven where humans are the top tier, conduct seances, etc. Nothing to do with tree hugging. Some spiritualists, yes. Yes. Some spiritualists are, Alex Jones, we're all doing LSD to go to the sixth dimension because the wizards are there, kind of bullshit spiritualists. Um,
Robert says
some,
he apologized. Robert said sorry, Tex.
thank you, Robert. I
I've
appreciate
seen
it.
Robert in other chats. Robert's a good. Yeah, I don't think he meant it like that, but yeah.
My husband is calling. One moment.
Yep. Yeah, the whole religion thing, it's very confusing to me. Again, I don't believe in a creator at all, but I don't know, so I don't make claims like there is no God. There is always room for something to come into my life that makes me think there is, but that'll happen. I'm 42 years old. Yeah, spirits require or maybe they just need something that contains.
So, you want to know my completely not scientifically accurate, but just my vibe, my thought on what ghosts are, um, and what we are as individuals.
Absolutely.
I Okay,
Fucking
hold on. Pause for the cause. Let's both smoke real fast, because I feel like being high makes it better.
Oh yes, yeah, absolutely. I can't. And for
Hang
the
on.
people that just asked, I'm getting the link to the Discord server. Put it in the
I am loving all of these comments, guys.
Oh no. Bad.
Let's see here. Human history shows that people used what they could to understand the world around them. The construct evolved and was exploited over thousands of years by people until it became indoctrination and dogma. Yes, I agree. 100%. I have nothing to add to that. That was perfectly articulated.
So her mom is a very smart.
I love her already. So my personal belief.
Hang on. Gotta on to this. What's up, Yeshua's daughter? Do I believe in the Big Bang? As that is a question I wanted to answer before we get into that.
Yes, go ahead.
And so the Big Bang, yes, the Big Bang is absolutely a event that happened and we have observed happened. Is it the beginning of our universe? No. It is an event that happened in our visual space. At the very most, you could say, and this is, you hold this with a grain of salt, is the beginning of our known, observed universe. Basically, everything we can see in space, we can correlate from that event. But the beginning, no, definitely fucking not. Definitely not the beginning. And evolution, absolutely. There's a lot of evidence that shows evolutionary steps that show how they could be cousins, but not that we come from. Okay, YD. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yeah, but as for the Big Bang, it's definitely just a event. I think a lot of people give it too much weight as in the creation of something when that is in itself a really bad way of even explaining it. It's just an event that gives us precedence for observed stuff we see now. But yeah, I'm sorry, Tex. Did you want to continue? I just wanted to, if I see like that in the chat, I kind of want to jump to it and answer it before they take off.
No, absolutely. I don't want to be um taking up the spotlight here. It's not my show, you know?
Your guys' show. It's an open panel. I told you. You tell me to shut up sometimes. I don't mind.
Okay, that's fine. Shut up then, Sean. Hush it. Hush it right now. No.
Well, you should continue to before someone asks another
You
question.
want me to spit on you too when I say it?
We'll save that for later conversation.
Anywho, yeah, so my shot in the dark bullshit, this is just what I believe because I have the right to believe it, opinion about what ghosts are, is that ghosts are residual energy.
That now she's got to start over because cutting out. She's gonna be so pissed. I thought that was gonna be her one answer. I was gonna
Of
laugh.
that person
Hey,
has
guess
been
what,
so
Tex?
deeply
Tex,
ingrained
stop,
in
stop,
the area.
stop, stop. Start over.
Oh, no. That's some stank booty hole energy. So my personal belief is that ghosts, and I'm gonna pause, make sure I don't freeze. Okay, we're good. Ghosts are not the spirits of a person. They're not conscious beings that don't have, a physical form. They are residual energy or memories that have been deeply ingrained and embedded into that area. So if you have a doll that is supposedly haunted, it's not necessarily that it's haunted because the little girl has passed on and has attached her soul to the doll. It's that that little girl played with that doll so much in her life that some of her energy transferred into that doll. And so my belief of what we are as people, and what our consciousness really is, my belief of what I think is a quote unquote God, is that we are all fractions of a greater hive mind. All of our energy is connected. And when we pass, we go back into the universe and become one with the greater cosmos again. And every now and again, when atoms are colliding back and forth, that and the other, bam, that consciousness is then transferred into another human being, right? But
That's
that
that
is
birth,
just
right?
my, yeah, that is just my, I believe it because I want to believe it. I'm not going to force anybody else to believe it. That's just how I like to think.
That's a good one. Okay, I wanna bring this up because I do know the answer to this, and I think it's an important thing, something that you answer because people have an impression of you when you say you're a Satanist. So Robert
Satanism.
says, yeah. So
I am not those.
hang on. So Robert says, Britannica.com states Satanism is the worship or veneration of Satan, a figure from Christian belief who is also commonly known as the devil or Lucifer. What is it like worshiping Satan?
Right. So, I do not worship Satan. I actually am omnistic. I adhere to TST. So there's different, just like there's different denominations of Christianity, or there's different denominations that worship the same God under Abrahamic religions. Um, Satanism has its deviations, right? So for me, Satanism is the adherence to the 7 tenets written by the TST. And TST is more of a political affiliation than it is a religious movement. And it's just the understanding that we as individuals should strive to have knowledge, understand that we have bodily autonomy, and respect other individuals' rights to their own autonomies, which is kind of how I ended up in flat Earth servers.
So would you say? Oh, hang on. Someone just DM'd me. Your buddy actually did. He's actually DMing me a lot. Hang on, sir. Track. He'd actually like to come on the panel and have a conversation with you, Tex. Hear me? Am I lagging?
I can hear you. Yes, I can hear you.
He asked if you'd like to have a conversation.
Right now? Bring him in here. Fuck it.
Okay. See you in a second. There she is.
Tomorrow.
And it doesn't need to be like a long, drawn out thing.
You don't know him that well, I suppose.
I don't.
Yeah. Okay. Well, my interaction with him yesterday shows me that every conversation will be long and drawn out with him.
Well, have fun. That's all I gotta say. I will moderate it. I will make sure it doesn't get too deep in the weeds. Luckily, you two will be talking, so I'll have an opportunity to go put my dogs outside. No, yeah, I think it'd be fun. I'm gonna say something, but then I got that deep. Yeah, I hope that answers that, because I actually have to answer that for people a lot when they hear you say that. Are you talking to someone that believes in Satan? That's why that was one of the main reasons I wanted to read that, because it's actually entertaining, because when someone hears that, I remember when I heard it, I was like, oh, fucking drinking blood and all that other crap. You're like,
hey, me drinking blood has nothing to do with me being satanic.
I know that. Now, I do want to have a YD. I am gonna do that. I'm gonna do a evolution live stream pretty damn soon. What is up, sir? Welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Discord. Oh, yeah.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, there he is.
Hello. Yeah, so great to finally be talking with you guys.
Yep.
Yeah,
welcome.
you as well.
Would you like me in on the conversation? What are you guys talking about?
Well, we're talking religion, but I know from our conversation yesterday that you have some very strong opinions on religion as a whole.
Oh yeah, I do have opinions. That's true, yes. I did hear though that you stated you're non-theistic, and then just now before I came in, you said something that I would argue is theistic.
What is it that I said that would be theistic?
I heard you said that you believe in a sort of you could best describe it yourself, because I don't want to be putting words in your mouth.
Oh, you're
so
talking
I
about my
think-
conglomeration of sentience. Right. Yeah. No, I don't consider that a deity. I don't think that this tapestry of sentience, or this blob, or whatever you want to call it, is an omnipotent being that has its own consciousness and is capable of affecting our reality. I think it is a function or a byproduct of reality, but I don't think of it in the way that you would consider a deity to be a deity. I don't worship it,
Yes,
which is why
yes,
I'm not
exactly.
theistic.
Yes, but it doesn't need to have a consciousness, you see. A god doesn't suppose a consciousness or a creator, even though you would believe that you need a certain feat of conscious action to be a creator of something. Referring to the creator can just mean referring to the source as well, source of life manifested, just like you refer.
Non-theism is a term that describes a range of religious and non-religious attitudes that lack the belief in existence of gods or a god, which is why I stated that I am not theistic,
Yes,
because that is the
yes, exactly.
definition.
It, it has many feats to the definitions,
No,
so
that
it
is.
goes deeper as well. You would have
Does
to
it go
look at
deeper, or are you forcing it to go deeper?
or are
Because
you forcing it to having a
I am
very
going to
simple
take
meaning?
I'm going to take the definition that is the commonplace, common use definition. Now, if you want to suppose or delve into it further, that's fine. But what I'm going to ask for you to do is, instead of saying, no, you're wrong, or no, you're inaccurate because you don't adhere to what my belief of this definition is, I would like for you to say instead, here is my understanding.
Okay, okay. Rather, I see your point, and but I am referring to the word, just like you would want me to, right?
And I am
So
referring to the
theism.
definition of the word.
Yes, the definition. We should always be looking at the definition.
Right. And the
So the
definition
definition
of
of
a non-theist is an individual that does not have a belief of a deity or God.
yes, but what
So
is a
I am a
deity and a god?
non-theist.
Yes, so we would have to look into also the words a god and a deity. So theism specifically itself has four different distinct meanings and uses.
Yes.
One is a belief in a deity or deities as opposed to atheism. B is a belief in one god as opposed to polytheism or pantheism. C, or number three, belief in the existence of God specifically with denial of revelation. And then D, belief in one God as creator and supreme ruler of the universe without denial of revelation.
Right.
And so in
And
this use distinguished from deism, which was the latter one with specifically God.
right.
So what I'm pointing to here is that God is not necessarily the entity that is that we are most accustomed with today through, for example, Christianity. God is a character name for a sort of creation entity. Another word is source. So we could look at the word God, right, or deity. So a God is has one definition, which is so uses in relating to polytheism, etc. But in reference to theism, it quickly becomes it's looked at as a superhuman sort of person or being that has a conscious ability, or it purports that the being has an ability to shape worlds. And so what you are saying, of what I get, is that you don't believe that there is such a being or entity that is capable of this feat, or that we live in a constituted world by this action. Am I right?
Right.
Yeah, I agree with you there. I wouldn't. It would be a belief to state that a character has done so. Which is why, of course, you give your own opinion and say it's closer to what I would say. It sounds like Taoism or some
Yes.
Buddhistic definition of existence.
Yes, and you're right. I have many friends of all different walks of life. My best friend is Wiccan. She worships Loki. I grew up Christian, was born, baptized, raised, confirmed, christened, worked in the church for 6 years, was a very active member of a Methodist church. I have friends that are Buddhist. I have friends that are Taoist. I have friends that are atheist. I have friends that are satanic, Luciferian satanic, where they do rituals, where they do blood sacrifices. I have friends that are Santeros and Santeras. I have friends that practice voodoo. And none of them have had a singular influence on me, but all of them have had small influences in my mindset, right? And I
Yes.
know that you and I discussed this a lot in quite a bit of length last night through private message. Um, and I would like for you to reiterate some of those points and reiterate what your opinion is on religion and philosophy. So that way the individuals listening to the live stream can have a little bit of context. But I would ask that you keep it more or less brief, if that's okay.
Yes. So I have not met another individual who has come to the same I would call it view of matters. In a way, I have met individuals who have, but possibly not been able to put it into words. It's it has been quite a study in order to do, and philosophy itself even also as a religion. Philosophy, for those who are, I understand we are on a stream here. Philosophy, for those who are not all possibly aware of this, is usually what is referred to as the theory behind each scientific lobby or field or faculty that we have today in our current world. Now, this would be a global phenomenon. So when we have a science and it has a theory, the theory itself is a philosophy and coming from philosophy. And so my own understanding of this is that what I purport, philosophy itself is a systematization of ideas that by their concepts push a certain idea about how to come to know about reality through their concepts. So in a sense, I view philosophy exactly as how it is stated to be by philosophy themselves as well, which is that the questions about reality, now existential world and reality in these terminologies, are philosophical questions. But yeah, so this is a short reiteration. And so forward into a discourse which results in destruction and destabilizing our ability to be living and experiencing this what we call reality. I am abstaining from using any type of discourse that doesn't want to, in some regard, be life affirmative. And so quickly, if something is against life, I have this ability, I would call it, to put it into question. This is where philosophy would call it, morally, that we all the studies that we have in different types of fields, they need to be evaluated by ethics. And so ethics is a temporal understanding of morality. Morality meaning codes that aim and strive to be life affirmative. And so philosophy itself desires to be life affirmative. But an ethic can quickly become anti-life if it builds a code of ethic that stops the ability for its own investigation, which is my simple statement that we are in a society as of today in the position of. So this is that was possibly a little longer than needed, but it is an overview of the conversation and what I tried to and also would be wanting to address in this matter.
Right.
Yeah. Yes. Could you follow all what I said? Yeah.
I followed a good bit of it, yes. So I do have a couple of hangups with what you're saying, right? Because it seems to me like
Yes.
you're articulating this understanding that there is a happy middle ground, that being too virtuous is an issue, but being unvirtuous we're talking about
Well,
morality.
yes. So in a sense, but you are putting it into a question. So, but I see what you are asking here. So, if you want, I could try and address it.
What is
Yes.
it that I'm asking?
You're asking me if it's for a perfect code of conduct, and that wasn't my
No,
statement.
that's not what I'm
Okay, sorry. Then please.
not necessarily, not necessarily. I am saying that you as an individual have an
Yes.
understanding in your mind on what it is to live a good life, right? And because we are lacking certain definitions, or you have not found the proper terminology to be able to articulate that, we're using the term moral for the context of what you feel an individual should get out of life, right?
Yes, to some degree, but also not exactly. What I would say is that we actually do have the definitions and the knowledge, but that philosophy actually makes it a lot more difficult than it needs to be. And by its desire for it to be difficult in a sense as well, it becomes a dissociation of its simplicity, because in of itself I actually think morality is quite simple.
And what is the simplistic morality that you're speaking of specifically? Like, can you
So
give an example? Can you
yes, yes,
okay.
exactly. So let's I think that's what you were wanting out of me yesterday as well, and I thought it would be more appropriate to be having it on a conversation like this, because
See,
that
so
would be
you
very
caught on
detailed.
that I was getting
I had to address first the other topic that we were talking about. So now to finally address this then, you know, what is this simple morality? Well, in my own conception of morality, I simply refer to morality as a code of conduct for what is life affirmative. And so life affirmative implies something being good, I would say.
And what is your idea
It's
of
an
good?
optimalization. Yeah, it's an optimalization. Like, for example, if you know, if you're a mother or I'm a father, or we are parents, and we have a child, or we don't need to have a child, but me and my own child, for example, we could go out and there is a game, or they're playing something, or we are working with something. Let's say we are using a hammer and a nail, right? Where the very feat of just using the hammer on the nail to try and get it into the wood or whatever material we are, you know, using it on or through. I would say that there is a moral lesson in this feat, because the very action of using the hammer on the nail is by the kid and the father a desire by both then to be optimizing the action. So there is a life affirmative code of conduct here now, desired to be unfolding, meaning that of course you don't want to hammer falling apart. So there is a desire to figure out how to use what we are faced with here for a means to an end, in which when we are doing and have gone through the action, it has been done optimally, and the result we are left with is of a optimality in a sense, right? So we can also then, by that action, we feel proud of having done it. And so this is a parallel to many feats.
So, okay.
Another,
Hold on,
yes,
hold on.
yes,
Um, so to address everything that you're saying,
yeah.
firstly, yes, I do agree with you that the whole purpose of life is self-reflection and growth. I understand that that is what you're trying to tell me here, is that your belief of what is moral in life is to grow as a person, and I think that is a great idea. But you cannot build a house without first building the foundation. So where are you supposing that these individuals find their foundation, if not through
Oh,
some form of outside influence? What separates us
yes,
from
this is
being
a
animals?
famous this is a
Yeah.
famous old problem that you are inferring here. But in your first presupposition there, that is actually not my own view of why we are here, supposedly. What the you call it a goal or a purpose of life. I have a whole different yes, idea and a belief and a faith in what actually that supposedly is as of this moment. Um, just to say that, and that can come by later possibly, yeah. But to you need to have something to refer to, which which in itself you could say that morality or optimality in of itself is, because the self-referencing point here is a desire to have life affirmation, meaning you have an innate desire to be experiencing the potential of reality now unfolding. So the innate foundation is really life experience. And so the desire from life experience is a then you could say or to put it simpler, by being in the reality, now in this very situation with the child and father, let's say, let's use that metaphor still, that I think the child has a natural desire to be experiencing life more optimally, more good, better, just than morality would be apparent here through it
So
all.
are
And
you
so
saying that a natural desire is the moral desire?
yes, I think that is inherent in everyone. I think that that's
So if an
a-
individual has a natural desire to murder somebody, that is the moral desire?
no, now morality is occluded in an ethic, and this is where it becomes occluded. Um, this would be something else, but I see your point there, because this is actually very confusing, and it's made to be confusing uh, to make morality seem like you can justify murder, for example. But this is not at all what I am addressing, or in what circumstance, what is truly happening here. Because there's a big difference between killing something and murdering something. And death and life is death isn't morally like wrong, like many believe, seem to believe at least. Death is a part of the life cycle. It's integrated, and killing is well integrated. All the animals do it. A lot of the, or most organisms do it to an extent, or they share food in different ways, of course.
So
But it is a part of the whole. So
yeah.
there is
So
a distinction here that we can go more
Siak,
into
honey,
detail. Yes?
Siak. We've got 10 minutes or so, so we
Yes.
can't afford to ramble too much. So if I'm seeing like I'm rapid firing at you, it's because we're on a time crunch now,
Yeah,
okay?
I
Oh,
got
okay.
about 5-10 minutes till I gotta go take off, and I think other people got stuff to do. But it's all good. I got things to do, and I
Then
think
this
we're
is
at.
a good then this is a good beginning to if you guys would want to converse this later at some other
Oh,
point.
I enjoy
Yeah,
it. I've
I
text.
mean,
Yeah, absolutely. And also,
yeah,
I mean, I'll let you guys finish, and then I'll what I was gonna say. Go ahead. Text. You got. I'm gonna give you about 5 minutes. About 5 minutes. Is that okay?
okay. Yeah. So I do have a couple of questions for you that I want you to sit and ponder on for when we actually can sit down and have a long discussion.
Okay.
My first being, I feel like there's a lot of contradiction in what you're saying here to a certain extent. And the reason why is because you were certain things, while we may consider them evil, are not evil
Yes.
because they're natural. So I guess my big question for you is I really want you to think about, do you feel that, oh, how do I phrase this? Do you feel that there is a virtue that lies in the means? You know what I mean? Or the means within the virtues. I'll say it that way. And that's the best way I can articulate that, because I feel like you'll understand what I mean when I say that there is a middle ground, that evil is a social construct, that good is a social construct. And while you may not necessarily adhere to religion, I think that we can both agree upon this idea that um, morality is a gray scale, right? There are different levels to it. It's subjective, it's personal, and it's dependent on the individual. That is my stance on it. I would like for you to sit and think about whether or not you agree with it, why you agree with it, why you don't agree with it, and then articulate that to me at a later date.
I can actually, if you would like, I can give you a very short 30 to 1 minute attempt at giving you my position on this. So then you would
Well,
have more to go
before you
on
start,
for that
hang on, before
conversation.
you start, what we'll do is we'll use this as your closing, and then that way, when you're done,
Yep.
I can finish up from here.
Okay, so yes, I see how that can be very confusing. You know, like you say, I use terminologies and concepts made by a type of what I call religion. To articulate and address something which inherently I would say aren't evil, but the way they go about the fundamental, like you addressed earlier, what is the fundament to the house? Because we can't just build the planks without any fundament to the house. And so this is the very main point, is that there are fundamentals that through philosophy gets addressed, but the way they go on to build concepts about these fundamentals unfortunately occludes their real import, or I would call it just and good and right import. And unfortunately, from there, they are occluded. If this is done by intent or not, that is what we would have to investigate. By my own investigation, I have found that surprisingly and unfortunately, it seems that they are construed to specifically actually enable immorality. So it is a deceitful feat and act that they are doing. But this is my own coming to understanding from my own studies. So that would obviously be up for reflection, and we would have to we could go into the works and read what they are saying, etc., etc. Because I could of course be misunderstanding. But I would argue that I have a very great deal. I would be bold enough to say that I do really grapple many of these concepts. So I would hope that you guys, if we are going to do that, give me some leeway and see that yes, I have done my studies. So we don't begin the conversation on just imagining that this guy, who is he, and he's how can he know anything? Like, he needs to be an expert in order to talk about these topics. I think that's
No, and
that's a
I am not an
fallacy, and
expert.
so yeah,
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 no,
and we
this
don't
is
Okay,
need to
well,
be.
yeah,
yeah.
we'll
Actually,
finish
we
this
don't
off.
need to be.
We'll do this again. I'm gonna be live
Yes.
tomorrow. So we'll definitely have time for it. I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Tex, I will talk to you in a second when I get done. Are you just getting off for right now?
I'm gonna be on my phone, but I am gonna be cleaning.
Okay.
So
But I was gonna talk to you when I get done with.
yes,
That's okay. I'll
I will be
basically I'll see
available
you
to you.
around. Yeah, I'll see you around. Siak, appreciate you coming in, man. I definitely appreciate the conversation you guys had. It's definitely good. I appreciate the fact that you guys can have a good conversation and I didn't have to moderate at all. So fucking appreciate the hell out of that. You are more than welcome.
Yeah, it's
To,
important.
yeah, you're more than welcome on the panel. It doesn't have to be this topic. It can be any topic. Just come in, hang out, and shoot the shit. You're a good dude. I like you. So Anytime, my friend. You're more than welcome. I'm going to deafen you guys so no one will be able to hear you anymore. So if you guys, actually, I don't want you guys to keep talking because you guys will,
Okay.
as
Then thanks for
Riggs
now
calls
and
it, blow your
goodbye.
wads.
Thanks for
Riggs
now
is the
and
last one. Last one to talk about blowing wads.
What was that, Siak?
I said thanks for the brief introduction and very good to hear, and I like that we can have a grown-up conversation. There's too many other forums here that just start screaming, and I dislike it a lot. It's not fruitful for anything.
Exactly.
I think it's yes, yeah.
Yeah. So I'll talk to you guys in a little bit. I'm gonna go ahead and end this out. All right, guys. That was I don't know if you guys enjoyed it, but I did. I got to get out of here. Computer's playing funny games anyway, so it's all good. Yeah, we're gonna continue that probably tomorrow. I'm definitely gonna go live, and we'll see what we can get going. Unfortunately, like most times, my computer's playing games, so I don't even get an intro out of this one. It's just gonna be basically me ending the stream. So I do appreciate everyone to be here. Tex, thank you very much for coming on and basically being my sidekick on this one. It definitely helps me a lot, and I always appreciate you. Siak, thank you for coming on. I definitely appreciate the fact that you guys can have a good adult conversation, like you were saying. Everyone in the chat, fucking, I appreciate you guys being here. It makes it a lot easier to know I'm talking to people than just to myself. Let's go in the chat and say, C4, thank you, my friend, my brother from another mother. I'll talk to you soon. Thanks, Escape. Thanks, Nerd. Glober Mom, thanks for coming. You are always appreciated and respected here. Brainery, what's up? Riggs, thank you for coming in, man. Definitely appreciate it. Like I said, I did get your DM. I'll contact you today. Robert, thanks for coming in, man. Anytime. And if anybody wants to ever join the panel, Discord links is in the description. I only use my Discord server for this. I don't really hang out in it during the day like that. If you want to get a hold of me or have further discussion with other people on every topic you can think of, I hang out at the MMM, the Minnesota Mass Media's Discord server. That link is in the description as well, and we'll get you verified so you can join the discussion over there. Trying to think if there's anything else I needed to remember. Tonight on Awakened Souls website, on his YouTube channel, he's debating Will Duffy. Let me get that link real quick because I already shared it in the chat, but I want to get it again. Okay, I just put it in the chat. That is tonight at 8 p.m. Central, if I remember correctly. If you go to that link, it'll tell you exactly when it's going to go on. YD, as that I'm allowed to call her. Thank you for joining. Absolutely appreciate you being here and putting your 2 cents in the chat. Else is there? TEXLEX, thank you. I said thank you to you. Real Cygness. Okay, there you are. That's your YouTube. But yeah, I got you good in the Discord. Sorry it took so long. Other than that, guys, the list is very long and I can't keep scrolling. Blue, thank you for joining the panel, my friend. You know damn well you're always welcome here. Like I said, guys, no outro, so peace.